I'm showing how to prep my food for the week or for the month in Liberia, West Africa. This is how you prep and save time. Since the current can go and go and come and go and come, the water can go and come, go and come. I don't think we have water this Saturday morning. Let me see. Of course, yes, it's gone. It'll come. This is why I see this bucket. I usually have 2 or 3 buckets here filled with water. So when it comes, I fill it up. I have, you see this little yellow bucket? I have my rice inside. This is where I store my rice. However, my uncooked rice. But I have 2 of this bucket, one in my bathroom and one in the guest bathroom. They're both filled with water. In case the water goes, you have to shower, brush your teeth, or flush the toilet. This is how we do it. This is how we roll up in here. With all those little small little inconveniences and nuances, I still love living in Africa. I'm glad I came home after 30 years. 30 plus years living in the US. I am glad I came home. I ain't got no complaint. Hello somebody, I'm in my kitchen. So look at here. I hired a sister. Well, I really didn't hire her. I asked a sister friend of mine, and she cooked the kind of Liberian food that I like. And all this stuff here can last me for at least 4 weeks. That's a month. I gave her 30 US dollars. This is what 30 US dollars can get you. Your food for a single person for 1 month. Hold up. These are really big bowls. You see this here? Let me fix the camera. This, we call it in Liberia, we call it potato greens. You got chicken and fish and meat. I don't like too much meat. I don't think there's any meat. Just chicken and fish inside there. Yes, this is fried, sauteed potato greens. For you guys in the US or in the West, potato greens is actually the leaf of the sweet potato. So we cook that, we eat it. It's very nutritious. Potato greens, from what I've heard, it has 10 times more minerals and nutrients. Like, it's almost like spinach. It's part of the spinach family, but it's 10 times stronger than spinach. Considering the minerals and the nutrients, the iron, the vitamins in this is way more than what is in spinach. Spinach is like the baby version of this. This is like spinach on steroid. Really good, it's strong, and it's really healthy. Those of you who are vegetarian, you in the US, I will advise you begin to take your sweet potato leaves. If you can find them, begin to put them in your blender and blend it or juice it. You will see the energy, the vitamins, the mineral, the iron, build your blood. Is very good. Anyway, you see this bowl? Filled to the brim. I forgot the size of this bowl, but it's pretty big. They do it both in the same size. Let me see what you put in here. It's the same thing. Potato. I love my fried potato greens. So it's the same thing. Potato greens. And she got, what else she got up in here? Oh, she made me some nice, we call it fish gravy. You see there? I'm already salivating. This, we call this gravy, but what you guys can call it? Sauce. We call it gravy. This is fish. She fried me some nice red snapper and some mackerel and made me some nice gravy. What we usually make gravy with in most part of Africa, you take the onions, bell peppers, garlic, small little ginger, some hot pepper habaneros, and you put them in your puree here and just puree in this ninja, puree it nicely. And that thickness is what you make the gravy. You saute that and put your little seasoning up, some rosemary, some cilantro, blend them up nicely, and you make this is how we make our gravy. You fry your fish and drop it in there. She cooked it to her house and brought it. These are my bowls, and I sent them, and she fed them up for me. See my nice. I can cook me some cassava. Let me show you my cassava, y'all. I got it from the farm yesterday. I can cut my cassava, cook that, put some of that gravy on, and then eat it. You can eat that for breakfast or lunch or dinner, however you want to roll. Are you with me? Let me get back to my food. And this one is collard greens. And she made the collard greens like she made the potato greens. Same way, chop them up nicely and just saute them and put your chicken and meat and season and peppers. But those vegetarians, you can just saute just like that without any meat. Just saute them. If you want a recipe, just leave in the comment section. I will send you the recipe. I can put a recipe in the comment section for those who are interested in the recipe for this. For the collard greens and the fish gravy. I have one more in the freezer I need to take out. Hold on. I'm not done, you guys. Hold up. You see this big, long one here? I think it don't close. Okay, here it is. You see this one here? We call this palava sauce. This is filled to the brim. You see what I'm saying? Palava sauce filled up. So all of this bowl plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? These 4 bowls plus this long one in the freezer. This can last me for 1 month. Really, I am not kidding you. This is my second time doing this. This is my second time cooking for me. $30 US can feed me a month in Liberia. This is one of the first ones she made for me. I just realized I have a bag. I didn't even know I had a bag left over. That's the potato greens. It's already cooked. I just heat it up and eat some rice and I'm done. It's cooked. This is some of the same potato greens. This one is not cooked. So if I want to cook, I can take that one out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these food that you see in these bowls because it's too big. It can't fit in my fridge or the freezer because everything here is so small. I don't even want them in the bowl anyway. So I'm going to put them in these little Ziploc bags like this. To me, this is 2 or 3 servings just for me. If I have guests over, then it's 1 serving for me. I serve my guests. But I can eat 2 or 3 times out of this. So normally what I'll do, I will put all my food in these bowls. I will put them in the Ziploc bag. Sometimes I double it. The individual little, those look like sandwich bags, I think. What the package? Yeah, let me get it. It's on top of the freezer right here. Yeah, you see my zip. I brought them with me. I'm not saying they're not here. So I brought them. Sometimes I double them. I have the thicker ones. It's somewhere in one of my boxes. I have the thicker ones. They're somewhere in one of my boxes. When I finally unpack everything, I will get my correct bag. I was able to find that. I'm glad. So for now, I'll use that until I find the right bag that I use for my food storage. Anyway, now I take, well, let me make sure. Okay, so I will take those food in the bowls and I put them in these Ziploc bags. Sometimes those Ziploc bags can give me like 20 to 30 bags. So 20 to 30 bags of these going to be in my freezer. I'm going to defrost this and also put in the bag because this is that's the best way to store them because all those bowls plus this cannot fit in my freezer or the fridge. And I want them in the freezer. I don't want them in the fridge because if they stay in the fridge for 1 month, they will start going bad. You know that. So I can get probably at least 30 Ziploc bags like this and put them in the freezer. I will keep 2 or 3 in the fridge and keep the rest in the freezer. So all I have to do is cook me a fresh pot of rice or boil me some sweet potatoes. You see my rice, and this whole big pot of rice can last me a whole week or longer than. Yes, for you Americans, it might seem like it's too much. Rice is a main staple. Your rice, potatoes, cassava or yuca, fufu, those are main staples here for us. So a pot of rice like this. Wait, hold up. And that's angel food in the background there boiling up. Let me shut it off before. Okay. You see my stove? This is gas and this is electric. I like that. So let me get back to my food before I get distracted. You know me. So I'm going to have like at least 20 to 30 of these small little Ziploc bags. That's Angel's ice cream when we went to the farm yesterday. I promised her because I left her home. I promised her when I come back I will bring her ice cream. So I brought it. It was defrosted by the time we came home. So I put it in the freezer last night. Now it's all ice. So she's going to get a little bit. She's not going to eat all of it, of course. Give her a little bit every day. But I promised her ice cream. Because she was crying and she was mad why I didn't take her. You see these 3 little bags? That's Angel's food already cooked. Same way. So those 3 bags can last her for 3-4 weeks right there. Yep. She doesn't eat a lot. And then when I'm eating, I give her little scraps too. So I'm going to have about 30 bags of these in the freezer. And every morning or sometimes if I go to bed, if I remember, I'll just take 1 bag out and put it in the fridge at night or early in the morning when I wake up. So when I'm ready to eat dinner around 4 or 6 o'clock, it's already defrosted in the fridge. So I just take the bag out of the fridge and put it in one of my small little pots like this and stir it up, steam it. If I need to put small little water or anything, I will steam it and taste it. If it's fine, it's just fine. I steam it in a little pot. If I put it in a pot like this, it can last me at least 2 days. Yep. I put it in the pot, it will last me at least 2 days. Are you with me? Yep. So this is how I used to portion and section off my food in the US. And I decided to do the same thing here because especially with the issue of the power keep going and keep going, the power go and come. Some days it's good, some days with the power and the water keep going, I figure out I would do the same thing here and it's working just fine for me. Yep. So all of this, what $30 US can feed me. That's like $1 a day if you calculate that. That's $1 a day can feed me, a single person and full grown adult. And you see my cheek all nice and fat and puffy. So you know I eat it very well. It's not like I'm not even dieting. Yes, this is at least I can eat. This is can last me for a day or 2 days, depending how greedy I am or how much I want to start going on 1 meal a day. So you see, you guys, it's not that expensive and difficult to eat in Liberia. You see my cheeks? Thank you very much. People say they want to see who's always behind the camera. That's me. I'm facing my refrigerator. That's my bowl of food behind me right there. You see everything now? Can you see everything? My stove is behind me. You see? Okay, you see my face? Thank you very much. It's still, the cheeks are nice and, you know, like a fat little baby cheek. But I'm going to start exercising. I'm going to start dieting. I'm going to start doing my 1 meal a day. They call it intermittent fasts. And I got my juice machine. I was able to dig it out of one of my boxes. I found it. But the young man told me, the electrician told me I need this step up, step down. So my stuff doesn't go bad, so it doesn't spoil. Because you see the outlet over here? Oh, I need to flip this around. Hold on. This is our outlet. I think some people in Europe have the same outlet. So my stuff from the US, all of them cannot fit. Some I was able to plug my phone and stuff and my iPad. It went inside with no problem. I've been using this for the past 2 months. My iPad and my phone charger, I plug it in, it works just fine, no problem. But he said these kind of appliances, if you don't want them to go bad, don't plug them in here. Get the power up and power down. So I have my juicer, my blender. So I'll buy the power, like I think he said like 40 or 50 bucks. So he would take me to the shop. I would buy my power up, power down, or step up, step down, whatever the word they use, and start doing my juice machine. And start doing my juices, my a lot of nice fresh fruits and vegetables here. I'm gonna start utilizing that. I was wise enough to bring all my glass mason jars with me. This is 32 ounce. I got some 32 ounce. I got some and 16 ounce. I wasn't able to get me some gallon, but a wonderful sister in the US, I left her there. Her name is Gloria. She will watch this video. She said she got some of these glass jars and she promised to send them to me, and she will send it to me. Yes. So once you send those, I can do my batch juicing like I used to do my batch juicing. I mean, I can do it for 1 week or for 2 weeks. Just juice them up, put some in the fridge, and put some in the freezer. I found out you can freeze glass mason jars. Only thing is when you freeze in the glass mason jar, they said the ones with the shoulder, that means this one has a shoulder. You just fill the stuff to this point because when it freezes up, when it freezes, it will expand so your glass doesn't crack. So if you don't want your glass to crack, you have to fill it up right below the shoulder area. You see what I'm saying? So I got a bunch of those glass mason jars. They all in my boxes. Once I finish unboxing, I have another load of container, another 10 or 12 boxes coming by the end of August or the first week in September. This is supposed to be my pantry area. This is the pantry area. Those are stuff that I took out of my boxes. I put in those nice colorful bags just for storage. This is my pantry area. So here we go, you guys. So this is how I portion my food. $30 US. This is filled with rice. Let me show you. Well, it was filled with rice. You see, it was filled up. I can buy another. I want to buy my country rice, my African rice. So that's it, you guys. This is Dagnet, y'all. I'm living in paradise. I'm enjoying myself. Like I said, all the little small little nuances and little annoyances, I can live with it. Because I'm eating good food, clean air, clean water, no stress. See, I just don't put on so much weight now because I'm enjoying myself. But I have to let it slim down small. Because they say dry season, aka summertime, is coming. So this is me, y'all, in my kitchen. You see everything? Y'all see how we living up in paradise? I'm just saying, come home, somebody. So anybody, whether you live in the West or you live in Africa, you can portion your food and save them. Eventually, I'll buy me a freezer, the chest deep freezer. Eventually, I'll buy one. I think it's like 120, depending on the size. They got 120, US dollar, 120, 150, 200, all depending on the size that you want. You can get your own deep freezer and you can stack your food, cook them for 2-3 months and keep them in the freezer. Even when the power goes, the freezer doesn't. The power just go for a few hours. Sometimes for 1 hour, sometimes for 3 hours, sometimes for 5 hours, sometimes for 20 minutes. But it doesn't go for 3, 4, 5 days. You see, so with deep freezer, even with my freezer here, my freezer in my refrigerator, let me flip this around. Even my freezer in my refrigerator, when the power goes, the stuff is frozen for 2-3 days anyway. So I don't have issue with the food going bad. You see? So you can learn to portion your food and do your stuff like that and save money and time. Because I'm going to be a very busy woman right now with it, running the business, running the foundation, running the ministry. I'm going to be very busy. I won't be having time to cook every day. And that's something I noticed here. They cook every day. I do not have patience for that. And my sister, who I gave the money to cook my food, Guess what? She said she liked my idea. She started doing it now. She will cook 4-5 different meals just like this. And she said she has a huge freezer. I said, if you have a huge freezer, why are you cooking every day? You come from work, you're tired, you're stressed. And she did it last week. She said she loved the idea. She did it again this week. She'll cook 4-5 different food like this for her and her kids. Her husband working out of town, so he lives there. He come every now and then. So it's her and her. How many kids? 3. I can say pretty much they're grown. They're teen. One of them is in her 20s. The other one, 19 and 12. But they're all like adults. They eat very well like adults. So now she cooked like this and she put it in the freezer. And they just take out, she said, they'll take out 1 bowl. And this bowl, they can eat out of it for at least, I think she said 2 or 3 days. The 4 of them. You see? So now, she'll be cooking for a week. You see what I'm saying? So you guys, you can do the same thing. Learn to save some time, some money, some energy and stuff like that when you're busy. Me, I do not like to cook every day. And I give it to her. She cooked for me. Look at this. $30 US. Leave your comment, your suggestion below. And don't forget to subscribe. You guys help me to grow my channel, The African Blogger. And go visit Angel's channel. It's called, I changed it to Angel in Africa. Go subscribe to Angel's channel. Because she's having an adventure in Africa. Helping to share this, subscribe, invite, leave your comments. You want a recipe, just go ahead, leave it below. More exciting video, the video of us driving to the village last night, yesterday, and coming back. It's a great adventure. I'm going to put that, upload that later on today. But look at this nice, yummy, delicious. I'm salivating right now. Look at this. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Look at this. Yum, yum, yum. Collard greens. Potato greens. Thank you, guys.